Hi, I'm Seamless, and this is the 40th 40K tutorial, which you might think just by the name of the title that this is the last one, but it's not. I'm actually doing 10 more to celebrate getting the 10,000 Facebook likes that I got the second I got 40K YouTube tutorials. YouTube subscribers. Jesus, I have not done 40,000 YouTube tutorials, not yet anyway. Anyway, this one was requested by Aichi337. It's a Zeds dead-ish. It's a Zeds dead sound, but it's a very sort of archetypal, regular kind of thing. It sounds like this. But I did some sort of complex stuff around the core idea, but the core idea to get this is actually really simple. The way that this works, I'm actually just going to do something similar from scratch, just because it's so cool. I don't really use the sound a lot myself, but like how easy it is to get this sound, I think is pretty neat. So it involves static FM, but also some randomizing of phases. So I'm gonna just make it make a triangle because I like triangles. I'm gonna put in some harmonics, and then I'm gonna go in here and say randomize phases. There, you got it. We're pretty much done. And then I volume automate the output guy over here. You can set a loop in these automation. I call them automation. It is automation, but in the envelope windows, in the envelope line editors, you can actually make loops. The beginning and the ending of the loop has to be the same value, so that it'll loop back onto it, which is a bit kind of a weird decision, honestly, because what if you don't want it to do that? But you can sort of circumvent that by just putting another point down and having it begin. So given that this particular request, the sound only ever does that, that's sort of why this is useful. Anyway, I've also engaged 4 voice unison, and then the unison index mapping, I've messed around with the modulation depth. Just for the individual voices, so that when I pan them around, they're actually different sounding things, and it makes it easier to sort of have a stereo field like that if you have much more differences in the things just other than just pitch. Also, the sound itself is pretty static, and too much pitch-based unison creates a lot of movement, and there isn't that already in this sound. Operator 3 is just a sine wave, which I have outputting directly. 1 and 3 are both going into filter 1, which is off. The filtering is off, but I have the wave shaping on. So to distort it, operator 3 being the sine wave, the harder it goes into the distortion, the harder it kind of pushes away the sort of the texture of the sound. So it's only going in there just a little bit, but I do kind of want a little bit of the bass distortion to be in there anyway, so that's why it's there to begin with. And it's going out, and that's the end of this patch. Messing around with the harmonics changes the character of the sound pretty directly. But the kind of harmonic wash we're getting is directly the result of us having screwed around with the harmonics themselves. The harmonic phase, that is. Because if the phases weren't like that, they'd just be... they'd be all together, and it would still have the crisp sharpness of a regular sort of static waveform. But with random phases. Which, by the way, what this means is it's saying it's changing the start time of individual harmonics in all of whatever harmonics that we have. Which is why when you saw me move around the phase of the first harmonic, which is the fundamental tone, you can very clearly see the shape of the triangle wave moving around. So this is why this is changing the starting phase of all the individual harmonics that are involved. And of course, that's the waveform that's modulating the sine wave, which causes all kinds of havoc and stuff. But the primary FM is not actually moving around. It's static. It's staying still. The only automation that's happening here is the volume automation. You can automate the FM if you want, and I am mostly a proponent of modulating FM because it's a lot of fun, but that's not what I'm doing right now. Yeah, this patch will be available for download in the description of this video, along with the original, so you can compare and see what's up and see if I did a good job. If you'd like to make a request for the remaining 10 40Ks, of the 40K pluses, make them in the Reddit thread, which is also in the link of this video. Make them nowhere else, because I will not be taking requests anywhere other than inside that Reddit thread. Organization win. If you have any questions about any of this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day.